All right, all right. Thank you very much. So, ladies, menstruation, am I right? uh, anyways, hello. My name is Richard, middle name Inya, last name Mouth. Welcome to my stand up routine. Let's see, where should I begin? Hmm. I'm actually not quite sure where to begin. There's a lot that's been going on that makes it really hard for me to think about where to start. Plus, this is also my first time actually doing stand up comedy, so I think you'll have to bear with me on this. Speaking of bears, has anyone been to Chicago lately? Anyone? Anyone? I've been to Chicago once. I went there when I was like 17 and had some of their deep dish pizza there, which was pretty good. I like Chicago. It's a really good city to get shot in. No, but in all seriousness, Chicago has some upsides to it. The Bears, they've looked pretty good this year. I think they might make a good playoff run. And I think the same could be said for the Blackhawks, too. And, hey, the White Sox won 60 games this year. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Mouth, a baseball season is 162 games long. How is 60 wins good? Well, to answer your question, it's not. But, I mean, it took the White Sox nearly all of 2024 to win at least 40 games, so I guess 60 is a bit of an improvement. I mean, I don't root for the White Sox, so I really don't care if they improve or not. That's not my focus. My focus is seeing John Cena's last match. Oh, yeah, that's coming up. You see, I watch wrestling. I don't know why that was a little hard for me to admit, but I do watch wrestling. 2025 has been presented as John Cena's retirement tour since this is the last time he's going to be wrestling. I won't get into full details about what's been going on with it, especially for those of you that don't really watch wrestling, but I will say, just recently, he won the Intercontinental Championship, which is impressive because he was able to complete WWE's Grand Slam. For those that don't follow wrestling, a Grand Slam, in the WWE at least, is sort of an honor presented to someone who's won a World Championship, a United States Championship, an Intercontinental Championship, and a Tag Team Championship. A Grand Slam, to me, is something I would pay $6 for at Denny's. But here's the thing to take into consideration. John Cena won his first championship back in 2004. And considering he just completed the Grand Slam by winning the Intercontinental Championship this year, that means it took him a little over 21 years to become a Grand Slam champion. 21 years. A lot of people were born in between that stretch. That stretch is old enough to drink. That is crazy to think about. Speaking of crazy, what have Gary Busey and Nicolas Cage been up to lately? I haven't really heard much from them in the news, mostly because the news has been focused on more important things, like our current president apparently going to Arkansas on a former president. The important stuff. But not as important as the sequel to Wicked. that's coming out soon at the time of recording this. It should be a pretty interesting movie, you know. I mean, Ariana Grande is in it, so, well, she was in the first one too, so. Although when I think of her, I think of Victorious, because that was kind of my introduction to Ariana Grande. And also my introduction to Leon Thomas, who played Andre on Victorious. The reason I bring him up is because he was recently nominated for a bunch of Grammys, like Album of the Year, Best New Artist, Best R&B Album, I believe, as well. Like, there was like a couple nominations. He even got a congratulations tweet from the actor who played Sikowitz in Victorious. That was pretty cool. You know what else was cool? Seeing The Wizard of Oz being, I believe, the first live-action movie to use color in a film. Because, you know, Wicked is somewhat based off of the Wizard of Oz franchise. And that movie is iconic, you know, not because, you know, it's like almost 90 years old, but because it was like, as I mentioned, like the first, or maybe one of the first live action movies to use color in a film, because every other live action film was in black and white to an extent, and so was The Wizard of Oz. Like, it was in black and white for a good portion of it, but once she got to Oz, like once Dorothy got to Oz specifically, that's when the color came in, you know. Oh, the color. Oh, that's one thing Republicans don't like. Color. I can think of a lot of things that Republicans don't like, but, you know, I would be here all day listing those off. Well, according to my calculations, I should be closing in on 10 minutes soon, so to prepare myself for the end of this fantastic routine, I have prepared a couple of jokes that I'm sure will tickle your ribs or fracture your spine. You know, I had a quiet game of tennis today. There was no racket. You know, they say dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can. The other day, a guy walked up to me and he said, "Hi, my name is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. What's your name?" And I said to him, "Dude, you're not going to believe this." Say, here's a question for you. What do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Kind of like this video. You know, as a child, I used to play piano by ear. Now that I'm an adult, I use my hands. And those are all the jokes I have for you today, so thank you for attending my stand-up comedy routine. My name is Richard, middle name Inya, last name Mouth, and like I always say, no one is above the law. Unless you're a Republican. Good night, everybody.